Sisters and brothers, good morning. Happy first Friday of Lent. The bridegroom is the first image which Jesus uses to respond to his disciples today why they do not fast. And the disciple of John would have been familiar with the word bridegroom because it was John himself who applied the term bridegroom to Jesus in John 3, verse 29. But what is the bridegroom, so to speak? A bridegroom is a man just married or about to be married. So that process involves making a vow. In the old days, it was like a covenant, and it's a big deal in the eyes of the church and even in some customary traditions as well. So for first century Jews, it must have been strange when Christ, a wifeless celibate, identified himself as a bridegroom. However, he was actually fulfilling what was in the Old Testament, because in the Old Testament, we had God describe his relationship with the people of Israel as that between the bridegroom and the bride. In other words, there was a covenant between God and his people. But that covenant, if you go to the book of the Song of Songs, you hear lovely poems about bridegroom waiting for his bride. You hear about marriage's preparation. But those marriages are never consummated. In other words, there is no sexual relation that is described in all those allegories, in all those instances in the Old Testament. In the book of Hosea is the same, the Song of Songs is the same. But in the book of the New Testament, Jesus is here, the bridegroom, and we are the people he is into a covenant with. And it is very fitting to understand why he said, why will his apostles be fasting? Why? Because if friends of the bridegroom are with the bridegroom, it's only celebration. Then come to think of it, if Jesus is fulfilling the Old Testament, then he is God. And once you are experiencing God, a beatific vision, there's really no need to fast, so to speak. So it is very important for us to look at the story of Jesus, the bridegroom, Messiah, covenant with us as people, as a story of love. It's a love story. In our parish community, we can apply this concept of the bridegroom, Messiah, to suffering and love in Christian marriages. The Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches that it is by following Christ, renouncing themselves and taking up their crosses, that spouses will be able to receive the original meaning of marriage and live it with the help of Christ himself. This grace of Christian marriage is a fruit of Christ's cross, the source of all Christian life. The church expects a husband and wife to give themselves to one another in the way Christ gave himself on the cross for our sake. Viewing Christian marriage through the lens of the cross reminds us how suffering and love are bound up together. The more willing you suffer for your spouse, for your child, for one another in the family setup, the more you love. The crosses you endure now will certainly be replaced with a crown of glory if it is all done for the sake of Jesus Christ, who is the bridegroom Messiah. Happy Lenten season.